Hey everyone, it's the Edge Guru. By now you all know that, they've already said that Maxx C is going to be in this new 10. So that means Shock Ruler, Rescue Rabbit, and Maxx C are going to be in this 10, meaning everybody's going to buy the crap out of this 10, and Maxx Cs are going to flood into the meta. Now, what does this mean? Maxx C is basically going to be a pot of duality. Everybody's going to have it. Everybody's going to run it. Will this change things? Definitely. I mean, that puts a whole new perspective on things. Because before, it was like, if you were a budget player, or just even a standard player, even like just a basic player, and you were playing windups, you had no answers. You were like, yeah, okay, go ahead and do all your crap to me and whatever. I can't do anything to it. Now everybody has Maxx Cs, so you're like side deck, three Maxx Cs, three Maxx Cs, three Maxx Cs. Everyone's gonna have side deck Maxx Cs, or even main deck possibly like one or two, and then side one. Whatever your formula is gonna be, everyone's gonna be running three in some way probably. And this will change a lot of things, like especially for heroes. Like in my opinion, this is gonna make heroes a lot better because before the way you shut down heroes was play a field, I guess you could say too big for them to handle turn one, and Samurai and Rescue Rabbit. Sometimes Rescue Rabbit did, not really, but Samurai and windups mostly could do that. Now with Maxx Cs, hero players can, just go, oh, okay, Maxx C, go ahead, screw yourself. You can end your turn and give me pluses, or you can keep going and give me pluses. I don't care which way. It's also going to help all other players, but I'm really excited for the hero aspect because that also gives you another Miracle Fusion target that's amazing. Because that Maxx C, like, it's too good. Like, when you think about it, I mean, Maxx C is that card that you can pitch from your hand, and your opponent just looks at that card and just goes, oh my gosh, are you serious? I mean, it's too good. I mean, I've been playing Maxx C's in Hero for a while, and that's the kind of card you side deck in. You're versing a Karakuri player. They're like, I'm gonna, do this and do this, and you're like, okay, I'll pitch Maxx C, and they're like, concede. I mean, it honestly is like, I mean, it does it to windups too. I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Like that card literally, all you have to do is wait till you're in a vulnerable position and then pitch the Maxx C. And then you got two options. You can keep going with what you're gonna do and screw yourself completely, pretty much, or you can stop doing what you were doing and just screw yourself a little bit. I mean, either way, you are, being hurt like to hell and back by that ability. Samurai players, they're like, oh yeah, I open broke. I'm gonna play, whatever it's called, a Gateway and United, and I'm gonna go Kageki, and I'm just like, I'll pitch Maxx C. They're like, special summon Kagemusha. I'm like, draw a card. Synchro to Shien, draw a card. Good. You just gave me a +1. Keep giving me pluses, please. I'd like a hand of like 12 cards, including 2 Super Poly, and some Veilers, some whatever I need, pretty much. My Heavy Storm, all that stuff. I mean, it's too good. Like there's no way of describing how good it is. It really is. I mean, you guys have to see it. Um, so I think that Maxx C being mass printed will definitely hurt spam decks a lot. Karakuri, Six Samurai, windups. I mean, it's gonna make them a lot harder to play because you know, you're gonna have to try and commit without overcommitting, because if you try and overcommit and then you get Maxx C, then you've already screwed yourself. So you're gonna have to try and put out one or two monsters and then just end your turn. Because if you put out too many with Maxx C, then you just lose. I mean, when you give your opponent like 15 cards in hand, you're just going like, please kill me. That's just how it is. Um, so Maxx C being mass printed, I think it's amazing though. Like, I love that, Shockmaster was $60, $70, Maxx C was 80 something, freaking stupid. Risk Rabbit was $60, $70, something like that, maybe more. I don't know. That Konami just took all those cards and went, "Hey, guess what? You're all at $10." And people are gonna be so mad about that. And I think it's hilarious, dude. I mean, I really do. I mean, this, I love that Konami does this because when some people you'll have the half people over here who are like, Konami only did this to sell their tins. Well, you can believe that if you want. It's up to you. Everyone believes something differently. I personally think even if they did just to sell their tins, say they did, what does that do in turn? Everybody has access to Maxx C, everybody has access to Rescue Rabbit, everybody has access to Shockmaster. It balanced the meta even more so. And even if Konami is doing that to make sales, in turn they're balancing the meta out. So I don't see why people are bitching about it. I really don't. A lot of people are like, "Oh, this tin is so broken. It's freaking ridiculous. This should have never been made." You're just pissed because you spent $400 on a bunch of cards that someone can now spend $30 and buy. That's the whole reason right there. You're pissed. Just like the Pod Duality assholes. When Pod Duality first came out and people were valuing at 150 and people bought playsets for like freaking 300, 325. It just when it came out as a super, everyone was pissed. There was like, that's bullshit, man. It shouldn't be a super. That card's so strong. And Konami just keeps doing it. I mean, some people have actually given Konami the name of Troll Nami, because they say they troll the top tier players, and I think they do. I mean, honestly, I think Konami does in some way, I guess you say, poke fun at the top tier players, because top tier players always have that aspect of, oh, if you want this badass card, you have to spend $500 on it and stuff like that. And that's not what the game should be about. And that's what, Konami's making it not about that anymore. They're saying, you want a card? Fine, here you go. It's a freaking tin card. Pay 20 bucks, buy a tin, get 3 of the best cards, sell 2 of them for 10, third one you got for free. That's what it boils down to, really. Um and I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be buying a bunch of tins, and I'm just going to keep 1 Shockmaster, 3 Maxx Cs, and I'm just going to sell the Rescue Rabbits and sell the other Shockmasters. That's all I'm going to do. Make my money back. I don't care. I really don't. Because each of those cards are gonna go for like 10 or whatever. I mean, it's gonna be so nice. Um, but like I said, it's just I'm so glad that Konami does these reprint things, because like every card that you can think of now is reprinted, except for maybe Dolka. I don't know if that's been reprinted. I think Logia was. Yeah, Logia was. I don't know if Dolka has. But the point is, all the big cards, Rescue Rabbit, Maxx C, Pot of Duality, Tour Guide, all those cards are just reprint, 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 reprint. They're just reprinting out into the meta, and I love that, because that means everybody has access to it. Now, what else does that mean? That means it's going to separate out the good players from the bad players. Um, and what I mean is, like, a lot of people for a long time, good players, haven't had access to good cards, because it's like the situation I'm in. I'm not about to go drop $700 on a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I'm not. Like, it's ridiculous. I will not do that. I refuse to. Even though I have the money, I'm not gonna do it. It's not worth it. So, now that these cards are out at $10 cards each, and I can and you just get them, buy 3 tins, take what I need, sell what I don't. That's what it should be. That's how it should be. Um, so I think that's really what I'm gonna do. I mean, honestly, like, that's just how it is. Um, so I mean, I like that they're doing that, and it really gives all the good players before that didn't have access to these high and powerful, expensive cards the ability to get the cards. I'm using 3 Maxx C right now, but they're not mine. They're one of my teammates, so I'll be able to give him those back and just get my supers. I don't care what rarity I have. But Maxx C is amazing, and I'm glad that I'll have 3 Maxx C for the next regionals that I'm going to. That'll be really awesome. And a Shockmaster. I mean, that makes me happy too. I have no idea how in the hell I'm going to fit a Shockmaster in my extra deck, but I probably should try and figure out a way, because I'm sure he could help me at some point. So, I don't know. I'll probably have a little video on that later once I get the Shockmaster from the tin, and, I'll talk to you guys and say, hey, what do you think I should do? Because at this point, I don't freaking know. Um, but anyways, this is the Gadget Guru. Let me know what you guys think about the Maxx C reprint. I think it's amazing. It's going to be really good for the format, and it will be good all around. I don't think it's going to cause any problems. I mean, it shouldn't. Except for making some people rage quit. But, if they want to rage quit, let them. So, this is the Gadget Guru, and I'll catch y'all later.